commercial invoice, packing list, documents. Okay. What? More documents? Again, more documents? I have so much documents to clear. And some more. Oh my god, documents. Hello and welcome back to another episode of bigbusiness.co.in, where our goal is to grow your business. In this web series on how to start export business, today we're going to discuss about documents related to exports business. If you're new here and want to know more about starting an export business, please go to our channel and watch our past videos where we had discussed in detail about product selection, supplier selection, how to find buyers, and various other interesting topics. The easiest way to see our past videos is to click on the I button on the top, and that will take you to our past videos on the same subject matter of exports. Now let us come back to today's topic of documents. Reading documents are so boring and irritating. We hardly spend time in going through most of these documents word by word and reading them patiently until the very end, as it drains our energy and tests our patience. But in business, especially in the import-export business, documentation is everything. It sounds like an exaggeration, but unfortunately that is the truth. At the end of this video, you will realize why documentation is so important and why you need to focus a little more on this activity. So please watch to the very end without skipping, and if you're the type of person who just can't stand dealing with paperwork for your import-export documents, then I suggest that you hire someone who can take care of your documentation process, because documentation is an important pillar of international trade. Let me go forward and explain the importance of documentation. In the export business, the seller resides in one country and the buyer is in some other country miles away. In order to safeguard against each other, both parties must have some documentary proof of the transactions right from the very beginning of the discussion or the inquiry stage itself. So I suggest that if you want to do international trade successfully, then you must always make a habit of writing down all important points discussed, rather than just speaking over the phone and leaving it without recording whatever was discussed and decided. When I used to communicate with my foreign buyers, each time after I finished discussing with them over the phone, I used to send them a brief of the discussion held, and I usually send it over a WhatsApp message or by mail. I recommend that you too follow the same, and you can start your message as follows. With reference to our telephonic conversation held on so-and-so date, I would like to point out the contents in brief below, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, and so on. If any dispute arises with your overseas buyer, then this written information helps in overcoming misunderstanding and oversight between you and the buyer. So friends, let us put everything in black and white, and let's not leave anything in the gray area. Believe me, in spite of putting so much effort in putting almost everything in writing, I still land up in problems due to some minor miscommunication between me and the other party. I don't know how it happens, right? But take care of it. So proper documentation helps you and your overseas buyer in handling over transactions in a very professional manner, and helps you in saving time over arguments, and gives you a better chance for payment protection, helps you in settling claims or losses. Apart from the above benefits that I mentioned, in foreign trade, documentation plays 4 major roles as follows: commercial purpose, government compliance, incentives, and legal purposes. Now let us see one by one in detail. First, commercial purpose. Once the export order is finalized between the buyer and seller, normally a contract of sales is prepared mentioning all terms and conditions which each exporter and importer should follow. So all related documents like invoice, packing list, certificate of origin, insurance policy, bills of exchange, etc. are prepared on the basis of this sales contract, and thus the sales contract, which forms the basic foundation for the trade, must be signed by both importer and exporter. Number 2, government compliance requirements. In India, all import-export trade activities are affected legally as per the guidelines of Foreign Exchange Management Act. Not only in India, I believe in each country there will be government regulatory authority to control the import and export trade. So the government of each country has their own set of rules by which export documentation must be filed. So documentation is mandatory for compliance purposes. Number 3, incentives. There are many financial assistance and supports given by government of each country to support exporters and earn foreign exchange. Say for example in India we have the drawback and MEIS scheme, MEIS which stands for Merchant Exporters Incentive Scheme. You cannot claim any government assistance unless and until you have a proper documentation on your exports. And the last, legal purposes. Let's say something went wrong with the transaction and let's say if you did not get your payments from the buyer. Then in such a case, if you want to take any legal actions, then the court or arbitration will only follow what has been written and agreed by both parties and will not support anyone if there is no documentary evidence. So based on the above, it is clear that proper documentation plays a very important role in any export business. If you wish to add more information about the importance of documentation in international trade, please leave a feedback on the comment section below. Whatever be the kind of product exported, some of the basic documents used in the export business are quotation, pro forma invoice, purchase order, sales contract, commercial invoice, packing list, certificate of origin, bill of lading, etc., etc. There could be some additional documents which may be industry specific and may not be applicable for all transactions and may not be applicable for all types of products too. So all this might seem like a long list of import-export documents, but is in no way limited to what I have mentioned above. That is why it is important to speak to some experts or hire some qualified and experienced people to help you with this documentation procedures. In case if you are a startup or a small company and if you don't want to spend too much money in hiring someone, then make sure that you get the right training you need. It'll end up saving you a lot of money and trouble in the long run. One sure way to learn more about export business is to keep watching our videos on this channel, and the best way is to subscribe to our channel right away, because in continuation of this topic of export documentation, we will be explaining in detail about the various documents used in the export in the next few videos. So to make things easy and simple, we are going to divide these documents in two categories as pre-shipment and post-shipment documentation. Talking about the importance of documentation, I also want to add a special note. When you are doing export-import business, make sure to take insurance for your goods and especially get insured if you're trading on credit basis. If not, recovery of your money or claiming your money back will be difficult. Try to engage or take the advice of an attorney or lawyer when you are making legal contracts with your overseas buyer. If you want to join our exclusive members only online classes about export-import business that we will be hosting shortly, please drop your contact details in the comment section or email us at bigbusiness.co.in@gmail.com. So friends, we have now come to the end of the video and we will discuss more about the pre-shipment documents in the next video. If you want to get notified about our videos automatically about our upcoming videos, then please press the subscribe button now and also hit on the bell button to get instant notification when we upload a new video on the subject matter of how to start an export business. Thanks for watching and take care. See you in another video of bigbusiness.co.in. Until then, this is Krishna signing off from you. Good luck.